I am Ferdinand Marcos, and I am the President of the Republic of the Philippines. I stand today on behalf of 110 million Filipinos.
Hi everyone, hello universe, it's me again. Guys, panoorin nyo po ito, no? Malalaman nyo po dito yung mga ma-retain na mga cabinet members ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. Ang iba siguro napanood nila ito. Panoorin nyo ito hanggang dulo, guys. Maganda ito, malalaman nyo. Sino kaya matatanggal, ano? At mayroong sabi ko sa inyo tama yung sinabi ko, nagkaroon po ng balasahan Alam nyo yung strategy ni Pangulong Marcos Jr., the best talaga. Ay, hintayin natin till the end, guys, may ano kaya to, kaugnayan sa impeachment, hindi natin alam, guys, But panoorin nyo to, napakaganda. Don't forget to like, hit the button bell para lagi kayo updates. Okay, eto na.
Good afternoon, members of the Malacanang Press Corps. I have bad news and good news today. I'm not usually used to this kind of press conferences, but I'll do my best to deal with this. First, I would like to announce that as far as I am concerned, the Executive Secretary, the President declined the courtesy resignation that I tendered. And just this morning, he communicated to me that I have his full backing for as long as I wish to work for him. And that is a very good gesture from the President, because that is a sign of his manifestation of his full trust and confidence in myself. Because if you had noticed, I don't know if any of you was involved, there was a lot of misinformation yesterday about this reorganization being triggered in order to target me or to remove me from office. Lahat ng cabinet members, presidential advisors, and other presidential appointees are always subject to the will of the President of the Republic of the Philippines. Wala kaming ilusyon na panghawakan ng mga kanya-kanyang pwesto at oras na gusto ng Pangulo na palitan kami o umalis kami sa pwesto, gagawin namin yon dahil para kaming mga ordinary soldier lamang, sundalo kami. Lahat kami ay naghain ng aming courtesy resignations as called for by the President. Walang nag-hesitate. Kasi alam namin na Pangulo lamang ng Pilipinas ang makakapagsabi kung hanggang kailan kami maninilbihan sa taong bayan. Maliwanag po sana sa atin yan. Kahit ano pa man ang sinasabi ng iba't ibang quarters, ang mananaig dito ay yung kagustuhan ng ating Pangulo. Now, as far as the cabinet or the number of resignations, yung mga nag-resign, courtesy resignation, as of the time that we started this press conference, there have already been about 52 who have submitted. So, makikita nyo dyan yung extent ng panawagan ni Presidente. Lahat ay sumasang-ayon sa panawagan, nag-submit ng courtesy resignation. So nasa kamay na talaga ng Pangulo ng Pilipinas kung sino-sino sa amin, sa 52 na yan, and probably more, ay mariretain. Walang alinlangan yung mga yan. So, yan ang sitwasyon natin ngayon. It is my task to make these following announcements. because of the importance, dahil sa kahalagahan ng economic team sa buhay ng ating bansa, yan po ang unang inaksyonan ng ating Pangulo. After careful evaluation, the President decided to retain the following members of the Cabinet. Take note. Una, ang ating DTI Secretary Maria Cristina A. Roque. Retain. Pangalawa, ang ating Department of Finance Secretary Ralph G. Recto. Pangatlo, ang ating DepDev Secretary Arsenio M. Balisacan. Pang-apat, ang ating DBM Secretary Amena F. Pangandaman. At ang panlima, ang ating SAPEA Secretary Frederick Go. Itong lima na ito ay magpapatuloy sa kanilang panunungkulan, paninilbihan sa ating taong bayan at makakaasa kayo na sila naman ay sincero o dedicated sa kanilang sinumpaang katungkulan. Now, yung mga ibang aksyon sa courtesy resignations ng ibang cabinet secretaries, in the coming days, magkakaroon ng more careful evaluation. Ang urgent kasi itong economic team. We will make the announcements as the decisions are made. Now, next week, maybe after Wednesday, there will be more announcements to be made. Doon sa foreign affairs. No? Ang ating permanent representative sa United Nations, si Ambassador Antonio M. Lagdameo, has earlier signified his desire to retire after many decades of service to the country as an ambassador. Siya po ang nakaupo ngayon sa permanent representative sa United Nations. Yung kanyang retirement mangyayari effective July 31, 2025. Now, nararapat lamang na pangunahan natin yan at i-announce na ang papalit sa kanya sa United Nations ay ating magaling na DFA Secretary Enrique A. Manalo. Ganyan kahalaga yung position na yan. Yung position na yan ay napakataas sa pagtingin ng ating Pangulo. Kaya si Secretary Manalo mismo ang ilalagay natin dyan, nakapalit ni Ambassador Antonio Lagdameo, effective August 1. Ang papalit naman kay Secretary Manalo ay isa ring very capable na diplomat na napag-retire na sa regular service pero naninilbihan ngayon na undersecretary ng DFA. Ito si former Ambassador Tess Lazaro. Siya po ang hawak ng Department of Foreign Affairs effective July 31, 2025 pagka na-appoint na si Secretary Manalo. Okay. Ang kahalagahan ng assignment sa United Nations, unawain natin, ay nandyan dahil tayo ay nangangampanya na magiging non-permanent member ng UN Security Council sa 27 to 28. 2027 to 2028. Okay. Uh, nakakatenso. Alam niyo, ganitong mga announcement, very critical, crucial sa atin. Mga subjects nito, kagaya ko, ay magkakasama kami ng matagal. No? Mahirap mong uma-overlook yung mga ganyan. Dito sa cabinet, mayroon ba tinanggap ng mayroon pa ba? Okay. Sa ngayon, maaari ko lang i-announce ang dalawa dahil under evaluation pa yung karamihan. Yung mga mariretain, suspense muna. Yung mga mariretain, marami sa kanila alam na nila na mariretain sila. At kayo naman ay meron kayong haka-haka tungkol kung sino sila. Pero pabayaan ko muna kayo dyan sa bagay na yan. Diyan kayo marunong. Pero sa ngayong hapon, gusto ko lang na sabihin ang dalawa na pagbabago. Sa DENR, ang ipapalit doon ay si DOE Secretary Popo Rafael Lutilla. Aalisin natin siya, ililipat natin siya sa DENR. Si Secretary Loizaga naman ay magpapahinga muna at maaaring mabibigyan din siya ng isang or ibang responsableng government or cabinet position at a future time. Pero magpapahinga muna siya. Sa yung pangalawa, sino kaya yon? Okay, yung pangalawa ay si DSUD, Secretary Jose Rizalino Acosar. Pero siya ay gagawing Presidential Advisor for Pasig River Development or Improvement. I do not know the proper name for that, with the rank of Secretary. And we have, the President has he is going to be replaced by a former Undersecretary sa DSUD, si Engineer Jose Ramon Aliling. Si incoming Secretary Aliling, former Undersecretary ng DSUD, naging in charge sa pambansang pambahay para sa Filipino Housing for PH program and Pasig Bigyan Buhay Muli Project. Ibig sabihin, hindi na siya bago sa DSUD. Siya po ay President ng Chief Executive Officer ng Jose Aliling Construction Management Group of Companies. Ito ay well known for managing construction projects, big construction projects everywhere. Kaya meron siyang track record na maganda. He's the youngest president of the Construction Management Association of the Philippines and the first awardee of the TOYM for civil engineering. Okay. By the way, for material background, si Popo Lutilla, Secretary Popo Lutilla, ay napakahusay yan, no? Tahimik na magtrabaho, but siya po ay kilalang lawyer, legal luminary, who finished his legal education, basic legal education sa UP. Then he went on to Michigan Law School for masteral law studies. He has been around in government for 2 decades. If you remember, mga bata pa kayo, pero siguro meron sa inyo mga nakaka-20 nakakaalala na siya at certain administrations, siya po ay pinagkakatiwalaan na ng malalaking responsibilidad. Okay, to just before coming over, may pinakita sa akin na hindi ko ano ba tawag doon, vlog o ano, binabatikos pa rin ako. Hindi na sila humihinto. Alam nyo, hindi na sa akin yan tumatama eh. Sa kanila na mismo dahil sinungaling sila. Ganun lang. Hindi, I'm not that concerned. Pero hindi na natin pag-uusapan yan. Basta sinabi ko, tigilan na nila. Kasi walang mangyayari. Tapos na laban nila. So with that, may I request the moderator to start the ball rolling. By the way, before we do that, to my right is Undersecretary Leonardo Roy Cervantes and Undersecretary Al-Asri Muhammad Sali. They are my undersecretaries in the Office of the Executive Secretary. So, thank you.
Yes, for our first question, Ivan Maydina, GMA7.
No, Secretary, gentlemen. Sir, nabanggit po kahapon kabilang sa mga magiging basihan sa desisyon who gets retained and who gets replaced ay performance and issues of corruption. Sa mga mapapalitan po, ano hong nangyari? Ano hong naging basis kung bakit sila matatanggal? Secretary?
Si Secretary Loizaga, walang issue na corruption dyan. Maybe there is just a perception, I don't know how fair or unfair that perception is, na mas ma-limit siya sa labas ng bansa. Yun ang recurring na pinapadating sa amin. Ngunit wag na natin siyang husgahan. No? Whether inefficiency yan o hindi, that's not up for us to do. But the evaluation showed that it was time to have her rest muna.
So nag-underperform nga po?
Underperform siguro ang tawag dyan. Oo, kasi kung may expectations ang presidente and you do not perform, ang messaging is underperformance is not going to be allowed. Oo. Yung kay Secretary Acosar, hindi mo rin masabing corruption yan, wala. Hindi mo rin masabing underperformance, under-delivery. Alam mo, napakataas yung nilagay niyang standard niya when he accepted the job. But you know, he is a very efficient he was very efficient in the private sector, and we expect that the President expected na makapag-deliver siya. Pero I don't know if he set the standard too high for himself dahil 1 million housing a year, housing units. There may have been obstacles in his way which were beyond his control and beyond the control of government. But to us now, because of the results of the election, it's time for the President to take him out there and bring another one who might make a better performance. Ganyan ang tingin ko dun sa kaso ni Secretary Acosar. Wala namang masamang tinapay yan si Secretary Acosar.
Mga mareretain naman po, are there new instructions from the President? Because in his message in demanding and calling for the submission of courtesy resignations, there was a sense of urgency. He wanted results and he wanted them fast. Ano ho kaya yung, sabi nyo nga, soldiers kayo, ano ho yung panibagong marching orders ng Pangulo from here on?
Pag-usapan muna natin yung mga in-announce ko na maritate, yung economic team. Ano? Ang marching orders ni Presidente dyan is to enhance yung ating economic situation to the eyes of the outside world at saka dito sa Pilipinas, yung actual na economic health natin. Si Secretary Balisacan has been performing very well. He has been, practically, ang sabi ni Presidente sa kanya, he's a genius. Dahil mahirap mong gawin yung ginagawa niyan sa economic level. Si Secretary Frederick Go sa investments at saka economic matters ay walang may tatawar hindi mo matatawaran yung kapasidad niya kasi he's a very experienced economist and businessman. Si Secretary Recto, that is the same thing that we have to say kasi si Secretary Recto from day one of his service, he came in midway in the past 3 years. Siya naman kaagad action man yan eh. You know, he was working under financial limitations or the fiscal space na nadatnyan niya masikip. Pero up to now, we have remained a very active tayo because of the government's prioritization of spending. No? Si Secretary Amina Pangandaman naman, no one can be better than her sa budget, DBM. She can deny your request with grace. And that is very important because no one will ever get mad at her. She is considered as the the model for fiscal management, budget. Hindi ka pwedeng umalma dyan. So, the President decided to retain these 5 members of the economic team so that there will be no more problems sa perception about where the country is going.
Next question, ES, Maricela Lili, TV5.
Sir, magandang hapon po. Sir, who will replace Secretary Popolotilla in DOE? Will there be changes in OSG? And what's the target of the President? How soon will be the evaluation, the result of the evaluation?
Just one. Yeah. DOE will in the meanwhile be in the hands of an acting secretary, you know. One of the undersecretaries, si former Congresswoman Sharon Garin. Any of the undersecretaries could have been chosen to become the OIC, but I think, okay. I was corrected. OIC, not acting secretary, kasi ibang kategorya yun. OIC, very effective naman sila. Secretary Lotilla himself suggested that any of his undersecretaries right now could stand in as OIC.
Sir, how soon is the what's the target of the President, the timetable for evaluation?
Well, si Presidente, narinig niyo siya, immediate. But you know, humanly possible na evaluation is one at a time. Hindi mo pwedeng i-lump sum yung mga cabinet secretaries because each has a different area of responsibility. Each has a burden that is different from the other, from the next one. If you will give me the liberty of saying, yung pag-evaluate, you must also be careful. Hindi ka pwedeng arbitrary dyan. You know that the President loves us all. And he joked yesterday during that presentation in the Kalayaan Hall when he was saying, I greet also the members of the cabinet. Do I still have a cabinet? Sabi niya, no? But that's not the reality of it. There is an evaluation ongoing now of performance. But each cabinet secretary will be evaluated depende sa tasks, depende sa goals ng kanyang department or agency.
Sir, former ES Vic Rodriguez said that there's no need for courtesy resignation, to call for courtesy resignation of all cabinet secretaries because the core problem is the president himself. Optics lang daw.
Alam mo si Vic Rodriguez, daldal ng daldal yan eh. Do you listen to him? Huh? Why was he taken out of the office? Wala pa siyang 3 buwan. Gusto niya makipag-away, wag na. Kaya mo, kantsaw lang siya eh. Kantsaw ng kantsaw. That's when you see, in the middle of night, a dog barking at the fence. If you want to get up, you get up and throw stones at that dog. But we will not do that to him. Huwag na nating pansinin.
Salamat, ES.
Next question, Tristan Nadalo, Newswatch.
Hi sir, good afternoon po. Sir, based dito sa initial na results nung evaluation po, no, baka lang may perception yung tao walang bagong pumalit or parang new breed na dinagdag. Are we expecting the President na may mga idadagdag siya talagang wala doon sa initial na list, sir?
Yes, alam mo, mahirap natin i-prejudge yung actions that will be taken. But you can be sure that the President really wants to be responsive to the popular clamor for performance, for change. Alam nyo, one time, recently lang, sinabi niya na we seem not to be delivering to the common tao because they are the greater number of our people. So, what must we do? We must have action men. So, you can be sure that that is the direction that this, I'm not calling this a purge, it's a cleansing. Dahil gusto ni Presidente talaga, mahal niya ang taong bayan eh. If you listen to him very carefully, his language were not measured, they were spontaneous tungkol sa sentiment niya na it's time to serve again, to show the people that we are serving them. Yun, standard.
Just a follow-up na lang po, yung action man, sir, ibig sabihin may mga bagong papasok na wala doon sa original list ng...
Hindi naman. Maaring meron. No? I cannot just say that now because until the President has decided, no one can second guess what the President really has in his heart. Okay? Now, you know that the President, based on how you observed him, is a sincere individual. He has been very frank. Wala siyang tinatago eh. Walang disguise. So, when the time comes for each of the individuals, 52 na ang nag-submit, we do not know how this 52 will fare. No? Meron na tayong 5 na na-retain and 2 na pagbabakasyonin. Literally. Okay?
I think that's all, ES. Thank you very much. We have one more.
Yes, yes.
Eden Santos po from Net25. Good afternoon po, ES. Pwede naman daw pong sibakin ni Pangulong Marcos, yun pong mga gusto niyang alisin, bakit nagpasubmit pa raw po ng courtesy resignation. And pasensya na po if I have to ask this, di daw po ba ito parang pampapogi lang sa public?
Ay, alam nyo, mahirap naman na sabihin nyo kung ano ang dapat, hindi na kailangan na mag-courtesy resignation. Ilagay ninyo ang sarili ninyo sa aming pwesto. Kung tamaan mo yung isang tao, ano ang lalabas na mukha mo? It's best that we did it this way. So that it will be more honorable for them. Hindi naman kami yung diktador na magsasabi, oy, wala ka na, sisipain mo na. When I said that we are all serving at the will of the President, at the President's pleasure, we have to humanize. So, demanding a courtesy resignation is the best way of doing it. Because all that you can do is just to accept. And that's the end of the debate. You don't really need to follow what others are saying because they are not in the saddle. They may have different views of it when their time comes, if ever that time will come. Pero the best advice is our own counsel, our own conscience.
Quick follow-up lang po. Can you consider it as failure po on the part of the President na nakapaglagay po siya, nakapagtalaga ng mga official na underperforming or not performing well? And meron po ba tayong timeline kung kailan po mararamdaman ng ating mga kababayan itong mas maganda at maayos na serbisyo sa public sa mga bago?
Dalawang tanong yan. Yung unang tanong mo, ikaw ba pag meron kang niligawan, alam mo ba na may... Ibig sabihin nun, at the start, you do not know how this guy will perform. So that's more or less a very, hindi ko masabi ko anong tanong yan. Yung pangalawa na tanong mo, ano na ba yun? Mararamdaman, kagad. Wala nang iba eh. Kung ang trabaho mo ay mag-deliver ng tinapay, deliver ka ng masarap na tinapay. Ganun lang. Hindi naman pwedeng, uy, bukas pa. Wag. Ngayon na. Kasi taong bayan naghihintay.
Edin Santos, mag-deliver ka ng pandesal.
Thank you very
Ano ko,
much.
tatanungin mo na naman yung political.
Thank you very much, Executive Secretary Lucas P. Persamin, Malacanang Press Corps. Undersecretary Servan.
Time is up.
Yes,
Then marami pa naman, you will have more opportunities when more action will be coming. One last question daw.
One last question, sir, from Alvin Baltazar of Radyo Pilipinas.
Eden, bumili ka ng pandesal.
Magandang hapon po.
Deliver
Yes,
ka.
pwede po bang malaman yung composition ng review committee na sumisiyasat doon sa performance evaluation ng ating mga members ng cabinet?
Well, hindi namin pwedeng sabihin sa inyo yung membership ng committee na yan. But you can be sure that they are the highly calibered, highly...
Di kalidad sila.
mga taong with an objective character. Maybe those who have been experienced, I can generalize only. Okay? Now, ang pag-uusga naman, it is based on what are observed, what are on the ground now, or performance, etc. So these are all brought to the attention of the President, who makes the ultimate decision whether to dismiss or accept the resignation or to continue or to give a new mandate or what.
Yes, follow-up lang po. Doon sa mga nag-submit ng resignation, meron po bang nag-submit ng irrevocable resignation?
Ay, wala pa akong awareness dyan. But maybe in a few days time we will know. Kasi karamihan naman ang memorandum ko kasi is unqualified courtesy resignation. When I submitted my own courtesy resignation letter, I did not use the word unqualified anymore, but I just made it plain that if the President deems to accept this resignation, I am already ready to turn over the pending matters in my office to my successor. Now, tandaan ninyo ito, ang acceptance of a resignation does not then and there cut off your connection because you still continue to have a responsibility to turn over to your successor. Okay? Hindi natin pwedeng pabayaan yan na pagtatalikod sa ating sinumpaang salaysay yan, ay sinumpaang salaysay. Yung oath of office natin, kung bigla na lang natin iiwanan yung trabaho, in an office like this, malalaki yan. So, iiwanan mo, bahala na yung sumunod sa'yo, hindi. So, ganun ang tingin natin dyan. Let the process proceed.
Salamat po.
Thank you. So, wala na. Okay na.
That
Thank
wraps
you.
up our briefing today. Yes.
Yes. Salamat sa inyo, ha. You wait for future announcements.
Sabi nyo kay Eden Santos, mag-deliver ng tinapay sa palasyo. So yun mga kababayan, natatawa talaga ako kay Eden Santos pag nagtanong. Alam niya na nga nagkaroon ng balasa yan eh. Balasahin yung gabinete ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. 'Di ba? Base sa performance yan. tinitingnan nyo kung may kurakot sa ahensya. Ay, nako, naloka ako sa mga ito kay Eden Santos talaga, oh. So, yun guys, ano po ang kapalagayan nyo? Ayan na, nilatag na ni Secretary Bersamin, Lucas Bersamin. Thank you for watching mga kababayan. See you again on my next upload video. Abangan po natin yan mga bes. Ang resulta nito. Sino po ang na-retain na karagdagan sa sinabi ni ES? At sino po ang matatanggal? Agay, agay. Thank you for watching. Bye, bye, bye. And babush. God bless Philippines.